So this is the Indian Express of 31st of January. This is the last day of the month. So this is the last discussion that we are doing today for this month, and after which we will start the discussion of the February 1st. Okay. So headlines you see this is about the European Union deal. Okay, India has signed recently the FTA with the European Union. Okay. Now not much things are there, so we'll jump to the editorial page. Okay, so let, let us see. So this is uh, these are things not very important for our examination, or at all not important. So first what we will be doing, we will look at the editorial page. India's next manufacturing leap will be about what it produces. Okay, so it is important because it is written by Chief Economic Advisor, Government of India. So all these are the government officials, high levels government officials. Okay, so we'll read shortly, and then let us see the economy page. Okay, okay. Then you have world page. Here is the explain page. We'll not cover this because this is the basically a speculation about the budget 2026. Okay, so we'll do the discussion of the budget tomorrow when that not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, when that document budget will be released by government of India. Okay, so not much importance to be given to the explain page because it is not very much important for the examination. Okay, so we'll start our discussion with the economic page. Okay, now recommendation come amid environmental concerns, protest against PSPs. Our chief economic advisor seeks to ease green norms for hydro pumped storage projects. Now let us see what he is trying to say. So this is basically from the economic survey. Environmental forest related clearances key reasons behind slow pace of PSP development. The Central Electricity Authority has proposed a major regulatory reset to fast track the expansion of hydro pumped storage projects. In its latest roadmap, the Chief Economic Advisor has recommended allowing hydro PSP within eco-sensitive zones and up to 10-kilometer area distance from protected areas where ESZs have not been formally notified. It has also called for a differentiated regulatory framework for renewable energy projects and relaxation of stringent conditions applicable to the Western Ghats. The recommendation come amid environmental concerns and local protests against PSPs in states such as Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Maharashtra's Western Ghats, where communities and activists have flagged potential risks to forest, fragile ecosystems, and endangered wildlife. Eco-sensitive zones are areas surrounding protected areas notified by Ministry of Environment, Forest, and Climate Change to protect environmentally fragile ecosystems. Currently, PSPs and hydropower projects are prohibited within the ESC. Okay, so this is important that currently PSPs and hydropower projects are prohibited within uh, economic environmentally sensitive zone. Okay, as well as the default 10-kilometer buffer around these areas. If implemented, the recommendation outlined in CSC's roadmap for developing 100 gigawatt of hydropower pumped storage capacity by 2035 to 36, released on Tuesday, would mark a significant policy shift. It will allow PSPs to develop in ESZs where such projects were barred earlier. Uh, the roadmap seeks to address India's growing energy storage challenge arising from the increasing penetration of variable uh, and intermittent renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. India's total installed PSP capacity is projected to rise sharply to 87 gigawatt by 2033-34 from the current 7.1 gigawatt. It also estimates the installed PSP capacity is expected to cross 100 gigawatt by 2035-36, as per Chief Economic Advisor estimates. Thus, Chief Economic Advisor has prioritized PSP over battery energy storage system, citing their ability to provide flexible, fast-responding grid balancing support and storage electricity for longer durations. PSPs are large-scale energy storage system that use the gravitational potential of water to store and generate electricity. They operate by pumping water from the lower reservoir to an upper reservoir during low electricity demand or surplus renewable generation, and releasing it back through the turbines to produce power during peak demand. The roadmap also calls for extremely viability gap funding BGF for support to PSP on the lines of BGF scheme for BES SS to help offset high capital cost. Environmental bottlenecks. The Chief Economic Advisor roadmap flags environmental and forest related clearances as key reason behind slow pace of PSP development in India. Presently, environmental clearance and forest clearance processes of PSP are very cumbersome. Since these projects are treated at par with the environmental conventional hydro projects for the purpose of grant of EC and FC, it read the roadmap noted that PSPs built on existing reservoirs on the river sides or off the river locations have a significantly lower environmental impact compared to conventional hydropower projects. Further, unlike the conventional hydropower projects, the development of PSP do not lead to any significant displacement of people and thus require minimum rehabilitation and resettlement, it added. Thus, it proposed that the PSPs developed on existing reservoirs and off the river sites be treated as a distinct category while processing environmental and forest clearances. It flagged multiple regulatory and procedural bottlenecks that continue to slow the development of pumped storage. One key issue is the difficulty in finding suitable non-forest and for compensatory afforestation, especially near project sites. It also pointed out regulatory issues such as the planet prohibition of PSPs within ESZs and the default 10-kilometer buffer around protected areas, which according to Chief Economic Advisor limits the project development in resource-rich regions. Delays in forest clearances, particularly the stage 2 approval, were flagged as another major challenge. According to Chief Economic Advisor, these delays are caused by prolonged state-level approvals of rehabilitation and resettlement plans. It also highlighted the issues delaying PSP projects such as the need for fresh environmental clearances even for a small increase in generation, pending approvals of mining plans and long gaps between stage 1 and stage 2 clearance among others. Easing green norms. The chief economic advisor has also proposed easing several environmental and land-related norms to speed up the development of the pumped storage project. It has suggested allowing the use of degraded forest land twice the area of forest land diverted for compensatory afforestation instead of non-forest land, a provision that is currently available only to central public sector undertaking and the capital coal block developers. The authority has also recommended creating a national level land bank for compensatory afforestation with mapped degraded land, a GIS based repository, and a monitoring framework. So that's all. Why Indians fall in the line for metro but become unruly in other transport system. So this is not very important. Let us see, is there anything which is important? Need to aspire for position where a strong currency does not real export prowess. Okay. So that's all for today's economics. Thank you.